Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Persia in Victoria 2. In the last episode we got out of our lengthy war victoriously. We took a couple of provinces from Turkey, which may or may not have been worth the time and effort that it took, but we did get something out of it anyway. So we also, during that war, got out of our disarmament from the previous Great War that we were in and lost, so we're building up back to our limit, which will help out with our score, of course. We're back up to 5th place. We should also probably build some factories or expand some factories. Let's just do all the ones that are near their limit for the moment. And we have some bankrupt factories in one of the states that we took from Turkey, so let's try opening these and see how they do. There's a small arms factory building there as well. Cars, the other state we took, is apparently operating okay with its 2 factories, so we'll leave those be for the moment. So we are approaching the end of the game here, a bit less than 10 years to go. So I think we can probably reasonably expect to maybe get involved in a couple more Great Wars with any luck before then, which we will be looking to do. Hopefully get on the same side as Germany and take more land from Russia, maybe. If they are still a great power, that would be pretty likely. Otherwise, they'd have to come in as an ally. They're not a great power. We could potentially take land from Italy, though. They have land bordering us in the Arabian Peninsula and Africa that we could possibly take from them. It's also possible, of course, that Russia or Turkey or something comes in as an ally of some other great power and we can take more land from them. Okay, that's our research completed. Let's see. We may as well get this, I think. And did I start building fleets? I did, okay. So we're building cruisers and battleships. We're very low at the moment because I disbanded my old boats. It looks like we are pretty slow to get the canned food that we need, especially. But it's getting there. So we're about 300 points behind Japan to get back up to 4th place. I think 4th place is the highest we've been so far. So getting back up to there would be good. Okay, we have Call Ally from Xinjiang. They are requesting our aid against China. So we'd have Japan on our side, but we'd be fighting against Germany. I think that's probably a bad idea. We don't really want to fight Germany, but this is kind of unfortunate. We're going to lose another sphere member to our the Chinese Empire here. We already lost. I forgot even what the name of the country was, but there was another similarly sized country to Xinjiang that China has just absorbed. I'm gonna have to decline this, I think, and say goodbye to one of our spherelings. But we can't be fighting Germany. This never ends well. Okay, that regular clothes factory is bankrupt again. So let's just open it and subsidize it. I think we're okay on the profitability front, so we can afford to do that. Maybe we're okay. We did reduce our spending and all that, so that's fine. So I guess it might have actually been a mistake to add a war goal for another province, which is something I kind of did on impulse, I guess, at the end of that war, because I felt like I should get something more than just one province out of it, basically. It might have been better to save the infamy under the assumption that we would get into another Great War at some point when we could use it more efficiently. But I don't know, it's probably fine. I suppose I was kind of hedging against the possibility that we might not get involved in that many Great Wars for the rest of the game. No need to be suffering any attrition there. Everywhere else is fine. Quite a sizable army gathering at our rally point here. Pretty poor composition though. I guess that makes sense if the cavalry and artillery are building slower than the infantry. We have a lot of factories building and waiting to build. In fact, they're all building now, so that's good. Okay, British anarcho-liberals have enforced their demands in the Workers' Commonwealth. So we've had another change of government. We have the Republic of Britannia, but the bourgeois dictatorship. They have their troops mobilized. They're at war with Nepal. Okay, fair enough. They're just trying to add them to their sphere of influence, I guess. It doesn't really seem like it's probably worth their time, but that's their decision, I suppose. And how are you doing, Xinjiang? Pretty badly. Had a pleasant conversation with Romania. Alright. Looks like we aren't seeing any German armies in this area, so they maybe wouldn't have been able to make it over here if we had joined. We could have possibly fought off China, depending on the terrain. I guess if we had maybe used this band of mountains as a kind of defensive point, well, that wouldn't even have helped that much. They could have still occupied most of the country. Suppose we have some forests here. Then there's a big desert area that they could easily attack into. It probably would have been a bad time. Okay, Britannia has entered a military alliance with Italy. Okay. We are still allied with Germany, right? Yes, okay. And also our sphere members, Morocco and Tibet. We can't ally with Egypt because they don't like the fact that we have some of their provinces, their cores. Temperance League, with the ravages of alcohol taking a daily toll on our people, tearing away every day with newfound intensity at the moral and spiritual fabric of our national character. Well, it's not so bad. It becomes imperative for us to bond together in defense of public virtue and to educate and uplift the poor and the downtrodden to the virtues of temperance. For quite some time now, our country has been dealing with increases in the consumption of alcohol. Readily available and cheap distilled spirits, in combination with hard working conditions, made the poorer classes especially susceptible to this deadly poison. It comes as no surprise that a Persian Temperance League has been formed. Well, I guess the Temperance League is actually good for our country. So let's say it's an excellent initiative. Sorry guys, no booze for you. Sabotage. A factory in one of our states has been the target of a mild but costly sabotage campaign during the past few weeks. Khorasan can have poor strata gain militancy and consciousness, or rich strata gain militancy and consciousness. Well, we don't really care that much about the rich. They're only the 1%. We're thereabouts. So we still have unemployed craftsmen. Probably just the factories that I started building aren't finished yet. Let's get a few more expanded that are near their limits. Let's just go through these and I'll just manually do ones that are getting relatively close. And aren't already being upgraded, of course. Comms is fine. You're all being upgraded. You could probably stand to be upgraded. Alright then. That will do for the moment. And let's see if we're anywhere near getting any crises happening. Looks like Thessalia is getting pretty hot, as is the Aegean Islands. Are the Aegean Islands, I suppose that's plural. Lockout. Yeah, rich strata, do what you like, don't care. So that's fine. If a great war breaks out over the Greek cores that Turkey has, that's pretty good. We could potentially get in on that on the opposite side of Turkey and take more land from them. And speaking of taking land from Turkey, some of the land that we took in the last war has some oil in it, apparently, so that's good. We lost the occupation of Karachi. I see. Didn't even know that it was being occupied. But now that I do, we can do something about it. I guess they crossed our borders. Which is something that I feel that there really should be a notification about. Maybe there is, but I just don't have it turned on. Yeah. Look for it another time. Oh, I guess we're not going to be able to fight them unless we get access from Britain, but they can deal with it themselves. Colonial incident. We can get the place in the Sun CB on France. Let's consider that. France, of course, not quite the power that they often are. They are 8th place, no army to speak of at the moment. And I think we do border some of their land down in Africa here, which we could possibly take. What about their allies? Oh, we can see it on the previous screen, of course, as well. Russia, Switzerland, Turkey, basically all the people that we were already at war with, and we do have a truce with them actually for another 4 years, so I guess that CB is not going to last long enough for us to take advantage of it anyway, so we may as well just gain the jingoism. That is fine. So you are on your way over here to take care of that, so that's fine. Scroll through all these factories. Yep, our armies are slowly getting built up. Still a pretty terrible composition here. I guess I'll just leave them in the next door province and we'll try and balance them out a bit when more of them get built. Nope, we won't leave them there because that's going to be some nasty attrition. This one has a bigger supply limit, so we'll park them over there. And we should have some getting built down in Africa somewhere, I think. Not sure where my rally point down here is. Here, I guess none of them have been built yet. So, military access from Britannia. I guess I'll accept. They might actually take care of those rebels. And we are losing money now. Probably industrial subsidies. Okay. Yeah, we are paying a lot for some regular clothes factories especially. I think we would probably want to keep subsidizing small arms and explosives. Well, we can just keep subsidizing them for now anyway. We are looking okay. And Jacobin rebels have enforced their demands in the Republic of Britannia. So now they are, once again, a democracy. It's Great Britain again. They're at war with Austria-Hungary and Switzerland. What's going on there? Still just them and Nepal in that other war, but they're Italian liberation of Dalmatia. Okay, so Italy's going after their last cores, which means that Austria-Hungary is probably going to have a bad time because they were already looking pretty weak. And Switzerland is deceptively powerful, though, as we learned. Looks like Italy is doing just fine, though. Let's see here. Probably should get some of these navy techs, maybe. Though we might not even have time to get this and upgrade our bases before the end of the game. We'll just get some... I don't know. Psychoanalysis, why not? We are maxed out on industry techs now, so that's good. And we have too many craftsmen in Persia and Baluchistan. I'm assuming we're upgrading some or all of the factories there, so that's actually fine. They'll have some unemployment for a little while until those get built. It looks like our economy is a little healthier now. And we have these nationalists. Again, where are they off to? Burjland up here. Okay. Well, we'll just use this stack, even if it does have a non-optimal composition, it should be fine. The Turkish Rite. Up until now, Turkish priests and Kars have been allowed to conduct religious services in their own tongue. This generosity on our part has apparently been excessive, since the privilege has been used to spread anti-Persian propaganda among the Sunni congregations in Kars. We could issue an edict to the effect that all religious services must be rendered in the official language of the state, but this will exasperate the clergy, should we? We can suppress the Turkish rites, giving clergymen in Kars 4 consciousness, and others lose consciousness, or all pops can gain consciousness. Well, I don't think we care that much about the clergymen. That's fine. Okay, this should be over. There we go. Apparently did not wipe out that stack. They're left with 0 troops, but still exist. They're headed back here. Well, why don't you just follow? You can siege that back as well. All the tea in Persia. Sure. Can lose some militancy and consciousness there. Okay, Italy accepted the offer of peace from Switzerland. They are dismantling their constructions. I guess that was a separate peace, because they surely would have taken their core if they pieced out Austria-Hungary as well. Yeah, they're still at war. looks like they're definitely going to get what they want, so they'll have gotten all of their cores, and then some extra land from France. That's a pretty successful AI Italy. Good for them. We're actually back down to 6th place now, despite building all these soldiers. Italy has overtaken us. They may have a temporary boost to their military score from having mobilized troops, maybe. We are actually very close to Great Britain now, though. So we could overtake them at some point. Anyway, though, we are out of time for this episode, so we'll leave it here for now. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.